Welcome to SMART-DUKA POS. So this is where we log in from, and this is how we log in from. We log in to SMART-DUKA POS. So first thing first, if you don't know how to get here, you can simply visit pos.smartdukapos.com and it will land you to this login screen. So I'll log in with a demo account, which is basically you'll be able just to see the normal operation of the entire thing. So first thing first, when you log in, the first thing you'll be able to see is your dashboard. Your dashboard has a summary or a statistics of how your shop is doing. That is how much you've sold that day, that month, in terms of how much you're purchasing, the expenses you're making, and much more, as you can see here. And also from your store, you can be able to see how many users you have, if you have customers saved in the system, and suppliers and managers, how many products you have, how many receipts you've had that day, how many purchases you've made for that day, and your current stock. That means whatever is still in stock and available for sale. Also, still on your dashboard down here, you can be able to see a statistics of your shop graphically. You can be able to see how your sales are doing, a comparison between your sales and purchase, just to tell you if your business is doing good or bad. If I look at this demo account, I'm seeing my purchases is higher than my sales. So that means if this was an actual business, things are not doing so well. I need to have more sales than much more in sales than in purchase. So basically this is just a loss. Yeah. So for your shop, you'll be able to see, in case you're making losses, you can be able to adjust 1 to 3 things, so just to make sure your shop is doing well. Low stock products, all those products that are going low on stock, you'll be able to see them from here. Then for if you're using a mobile device, your navigation is a little bit different. If you want to have the same navigation, on the left as here, on your top left corner, there's a toggle there. If you just click on it, you'll be able to have the same kind of menu. So from the menu, the first item away from the dashboard is products. So basically what you do in products, you can add your product category and subcategory. This one helps you in searching your products, basically just arranging your items neatly within the system. To add a product, you just head to all product. Then you click on add a new product and you'll enter a few details as it's requesting. Yes, and you click on add product and you'll be able to add your product there. If you need to delete or edit your product, basically head over to action. There is an option to edit. There's a pen. This one is basically to edit your product. You can edit images, prices, categories, and much more. Basically anything you added you can change. Or if you need to delete it, you can basically delete it using this delete button from there. Product categories, this is how you arrange your items in your shop. You can have cereals, that is if you're dealing with those kind of products, or whichever, depending on the kind of products you sell. If you're running a restaurant or a different kind of business or a shop that doesn't have this kind of products, your menu will look different. For example, for a hotel or a restaurant, instead of product, you'll see something like a menu, which I think there's a little video I've done. You can just go to our YouTube channel and look for that specific video for restaurant. But basically, it's just the same thing you do here. So instead of adding product for a hotel, you'll be adding menu items and much more. Then for sales, we have sales list, which is basically a list of things you have sold over time. And from the sales list, you can be able to see the items that were sold, when they were sold, who sold it. I think I can head over to there and see. And also you can be able to see pretty much whatever happened on each sale that they made. And you can actually reprint. You can download a PDF of the receipt. You can see the sale details of whatever was sold. You can complete some payment if you sold it on debt and much more. You can also delete if you want. And some of these options are only available to the owner of the shop. So if you own a shop and you want whoever is in charge of your shop to see this, you have to give them permission to see this. Otherwise, they'll be only limited to what the system allows. another user or a cashier or a waiter to be able to see. Then under sales we have POS, which is now the interface where we make sales. For a mobile phone, you only see this left part. For a computer or a desktop or a tablet, you have this entire view. And on this top right corner, there's a toggle here, which when I toggle, it gives me an entire full screen so that I can work without disturbances. Otherwise, you can still work in either mode. So to make payment, you can select your product from categories over here by just clicking on them. They'll appear here, or clicking on them again to remove them, or you can search them from product name over here. Just click on a product and click on add. It will appear here. You can adjust quantity. If you're the owner of the shop, you can adjust price and much more. Then once you're done, it does calculation for you. And these are the things you can adjust. If you don't want to see this tax and much kind of stuff, although they don't appear on your receipt, you can just remove them from your settings. It's no biggie, and it's not connected to any KRA system or any tax system. So this one is just a system to show you that 16% of whatever this guy is buying will be this amount of money, which is just calculation. Then you can make payment from here once you're done. If you are sure these are the things you're selling to that particular customer, and this customer, if they are a regular customer, you have sold them in the system, you can always select them from this drop down here for customer. If with a new customer or just customer you don't want to select because you don't have your customer saved in the system, just leave it default walk-in customer. It will still works fine. If you're using a barcode scanner to scan your product, so instead of selecting the way I'm doing, top here you simply select scan with barcode, and the system will automatically adjust to your barcode. So anytime it detects a barcode, it will simply detect the item and add it here automatically. Once you're done, click on make payment. Amount of payment you're making here. Before I come to that, let me just close this one. Before you make payment, you can actually create an invoice from here. So if it's not a sale, it's an invoice, just click on invoice. It will generate for you the invoice and a list of things on there. Of course, with the prices you already input. If it's payment, which is still, this one is still the same. If you want to hold, maybe the customer has forgotten something, or they are saying they're not sure if they're going to pick these items, you can just put it on hold. Then you can later resume to it by clicking on transaction and clicking on hold. So these are the items that are currently on hold. By default, whatever I'm doing here, it's currently on hold. So yeah, and much more. So if you want to complete this payment, just click make payment. The amount of money they have paid, if they have given you a 1,000 note, the system automatically calculates change for you. If you have those drawers, this is the point where the drawer opens for you to insert the money and pick change, and you click pay. Then something else, payment methods. If it's cash, you can select cash, you can select pay bill, you can select M-Pesa. If you have more, you can add more option for payment under setting, which I'm going to show you in a few. So you can just select this one. Let's say it was pay bill, they paid 1,000, so I'll give them a change of 370. Although pay bill they pay exact. Then click on pay. Then it will generate a receipt for you, and it's asking you if you want to print the receipt. So if you have a printer, go ahead and click print. It will generate the receipt for you. Or it can also be automatic. If it takes your printer, it will just go ahead and print right away. If you don't have a printer, no worries, you can easily just cancel it and print it later, or get a PDF and send to your customer as you wish. So yeah, that is how you make a sale on SMART-DUKA POS. In case someone is returning products or they are spoiled, you can easily indicate them under sales return. So that one is no worry. Purchases, if you're making purchases, you indicate them within the system so that the system can do things like this graph, that is comparing your sales and purchase. If you don't do, you do it manually by adjusting products, well and fine. Your system will be able to show you what you're selling and statistics of the same. Expenses you make, maybe transport, credit, and much more. Anything else you make expense, indicate it here so that when the system does calculation for your shop, that is profit loss margin and kind of stuff. It can be able to include the expenses you incurred during maybe purchases or much more. You can still use expense to indicate maybe losses if an item has spoiled, maybe expired or broke or something. You can add it as an expense there, so the system will just subtract from what you make as sales. Then under stores, you'll be able to see your shop. If you have more than one shop, because SMART-DUKA allows you to have more than one stop, you'll be able to see all of them here and whoever is managing the shops. And these shops are independent. They don't see the same things as I'm saying. For example, right now I'm logged in, I think, as this first one. Harmony still hardware. That is the default shop I'm logged into, and that is where I'm making products and purchases from. If you have more shops, you can easily add them. That is how the system allows you to, and you can actually make them active or inactive. Active means the shops are available and people can log in and do sales. Inactive means they are not available. If someone tries to log in, it will just say something like the shop has been suspended or something. Yes, so let's head over to reports. Your report, you can have them in daily, monthly, and so on. For example, this is my daily report, shows me whatever I've sold today, and there's actually a list of things I've sold today here. So I can be able to see that today I've sold these items. And much more. So these are the individual items, and the reference, of course, the receipt ID, the reference ID, how do we call them? Reference ID, I guess. Yeah, or receipt number here. There's a unique number for every receipt. Yeah, and of course it can calculate basic things for you. If you want more analysis, you can just head over to sales report. And what sales report allows you to filter. I can filter in today, let me say from yesterday to today, and it will give me basically whatever I've sold between yesterday and today, how much was sold via M-Pesa and PayBill. If there are any other methods of payment, it will show them here. If there's cash, it will show you how much you've sold in cash. What else? There's a purchase report also here, which is basically the same. You can just filter in and see when you made a particular kind of purchase. And a general report. So under general report, you have a graphical representation of how your shop is doing. This is sales trends by week. So from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is sales trends by month. So this is the month of August. So it's showing you from date 1 to the 31st. So if I hover to date 4, I made a sales of 315. Today is date 5, I made a sales of 1480 and much more. So this is annually from January to December. So showing me August, I've made a sale of 1,795 and much more. Down here it shows you the highest selling product in your store. For example, from here I can see my highest selling product, of course taking 40% of my sales, is a 1 by 1. This is a metal as a product I added. So it will show you the name of the product. So my product, I've named them by the dimension of what I'm selling. So this one is a comparison between your sales and expenses. And as I mentioned earlier, always your sales have to be above your expenses and your purchase. If you find your sales are below, that means you're making a loss. And if you check in your report, actually the system will tell you how much loss you're making. So that one is under reports, and you can get much more. Under users, you can add more managers to this shop or your other shops. You can add cashiers to your shops. Let me just head over to cashiers and see what we can have. Yeah, we can have cashiers. If I click add a new user, it gives me a tab and it selects me which shop I want this particular cashier to belong to, and I can indicate it from here. So when this cashier logs in, it will log them to that shop only, and they can only see that shop and everything relating to that shop only. You can add your customers here, your regular customers. You can add your suppliers so that they can be included in your reports, which makes your work easy and neat, which is good. How it works, you can get videos such as this that I'm doing here. Then your settings. Now there's much actually you can do in your settings. General settings relates to your shop. You can adjust your currency, the one you're using. By default it will give you Kenyan shillings, but you can change to any you want. If you don't see the one you want, if you want to use pounds and you don't see pounds here, you can add them under currency settings. So your default shop will be seen from here. If your cashiers or your waiters, they want a link where they can be logging in from, simply just copy this link and send it to them. But of course you can install this one as an application. Yeah, and they'll be able to log in. You change your shop logo and update your settings as much as you want. Permissions, these are permissions of as to who can access what. So this is for every shop I have, and they've been arranged by shop ID. For example, the current shop I am, I can just simply go over to cashier and go to edit, and it will show me what the cashier can see. Actually, the cashier can access the POS and do everything in the POS. They can access sales. So my cashier can only do sales via POS, and they can see product and add them and do a few things like printing receipts. Only they can't see anything else. If you want them to see more, you can click on whatever they want. If you want them to see sales, just click on sales, just like that. If it's active or a tick, it means they can see or access. Otherwise, let's hover back to permissions. Yeah, so we have manager, owners, cashiers, and you can actually limit each kind of users or whatever they access. Payment settings, these are the one I mentioned earlier. If you have M-Pesa, cash kind of payment, you can add them via here. So I can simply say cash, that is the payment method name. I'll just leave everything to default so that it adds to my default store. Like that. So this payment method cash has been added to where I'm logged in. So if I hover to sales, to POS and try to make a sale, if I click make payment, you can now see cash has been added here, as I showed you before. Yeah, so what else can we do in settings? In settings, currency settings, which is not that important. If you're Kenyan, you basically use cash, but you can add more. You can add dollar, you can add pounds, and anything else you want to use. Even if you have your own currency, you simply add it via here. Measurement units, this one is for your product. So by default, I think it gives kilograms and pieces only. But if you have much more than that, maybe you don't use kilogram and pieces, maybe you use packets, you can come and add them here, so that when you're adding your products under measurement units, you'll be able to select them from here. So these are done via here. Taxes, this one is not so important. By default, the system just picks 16%, but you can adjust. You can say, I want to be seeing 10% or more, which is not important. Discounts, if you're offering discounts to products, you can add the discounts here. By default, there's always a 10% discounts. So anytime you add a product or you edit a product, you can indicate that it has a 10% discount. Then when you're making sales, or you're making a sale to that product, it will be 10% lesser than the price you indicated. But again, not so much important, because you can manually adjust product from your POS. E-commerce, this one, if you want your products to receive online audience, you can actually do it via here, but this one only works by also contacting us, so that your product will be posted via our website and our other systems, of course. But for just selling, this is SMART-DUKA POS. What else? Your profile, you can adjust it via here. Settings is the same as that. See your notification from here. Your profile, you can change your password. You can change from one store. Maybe you want your default, your primary store to be a different shop. You can just simply select it from here. Your shop ID, in case you need assistance or you need, we need to do some customization for you, we'll ask you for your shop ID. This is what you provide. Or when your users want to log in, their default password is your shop ID. It usually says store ID, which is this. Just copy this and send to them as your default. Yeah, you can change your email, you can change your phone. So when you are logging in, you log in using your username or your email. So when you change your email, remember when you're logging in, remember the email you're using. Password you can change from here, just change whatever you need to do and click submit. It will work for you. Anything else? I think in a nutshell, this is SMART-DUKA POS and this is much it has. But of course, there are so many features that I can't complete in one video. If you become our customer, on your dashboard, there's a section called How It Works. There are many videos on different section or different functionality on how SMART-DUKA works. Just head over there and search whatever you need to know or whatever you need to see how it works under SMART-DUKA, and you'll be able to get. But for this demo video, this is enough for you. So if you find this one interesting and you need to get in contact with us, or you need to go back and start using SMART-DUKA, just go to SMART-DUKA website, which is smartdukapos.com, and it will open for you a website, and there are a number of packages you can choose. So if you're a small shop, you can start with paying monthly 500, which is for small and medium enterprises. But if you're a big shop, you can select a bigger package. So this is our website. This is how it looks like. These are more the business we have. As per now, I know there are more than that. So I'll just head over to pricing. So pricing, we have starter package. This is for small business. You just pay 500 a month and you get everything I've showed you plus much more. We have a business package, which is whatever I've shown you and much more, and also enterprise package. Of course, someone will ask me what's the difference between enterprise package and business. The main difference is this business package that allows you to add 3 shops and you can manage all of them from anywhere. Starter package is only for 1 shop. Then enterprise, you can have unlimited shops. You can have 10, 20, 50 shops and manage them from the same interface. Then we have this lifetime package. If we just want to pay like once, you don't want to be paying monthly or what and this one, you just pay once. So this one is just paid once, 25,000 Kenyan shillings, and yeah, you get to enjoy the same. But of course, because it's online, we shall be doing some maintenance and such kind of things. We shall be updating you when we do that, so that you don't get affected. But you basically become our lifetime customer. If you need a free trial, we have a free trial. You can try SMART-DUKA for 7 days and see how it works for your business. If it's something good, you can easily come back and select it. That is for now. If you need more, please let me know and comment how we can be able to help you. For now, is bye-bye.